back to lesson 3. I'm shooting lesson 1, 2, and 3 on the same day, if you notice, because the price of Palantir didn't change, right? But that's the best time to shoot a video is either not during market hours or on the weekend. So the chart hasn't changed. The last thing that I talked about was this, I didn't give it a name, but you can call it a horizontal wedge. And I discussed that it can either break out or break down, okay? Because something like this have 50-50 chance of breaking up or breaking down. And right now it's look like it's breaking down, right? So um, over the series of video, I will refer to many chart patterns and encourage the viewer to research and read up on these things on their own time, because it's a lot. Okay, there's no way that I can cover everything about charting and technical analysis in all these videos. I will try my best to be as thorough and boring as possible. But at the end of the day, um, I learned a lot of this from my mentor as well as learn it on my own. You have to have the desire to learn something on your own. Okay, it's only so much hand holding and spoon feeding someone can do it for you. You have to take the initiative to do more for yourself. Okay, so if you are curious about wedges, for sure, read up and study up on the wedges. You can have break out wedges and break down wedges. All kind of stuff. But do look it up. Okay, so last time we draw a couple of support and resistant line, trend line, as well as an upward trend line. And today let's talk about channel. Channel is one of the best trading indicator that I use for those that watch my many live streams and weekly um, videos. I often discuss channels. They are great indicator to buy and sell, or to add or trim. You name it. It's great. I love channels trading. And so once again, when you look at a fresh chart like this, see if you can spot a channel. A channel is, this can be a channel right here. This resistant, this support. When you have two lines parallel, two parallel line is a channel. So you can say that the stock trade in this channel would occasion break out of the channel and back inside the channel, right? So one thing that can happen to Palantir here is if it fill the gap here, fail to hold the 200 MA, it can come back down to key support. That's the channel low. Okay, so when you hear me talk about channel low, it's this line right here. Channel high is this line right here. Okay, and a channel can be horizontal, it can be upward or downward. I will illustrate that at the end of the video as far as uh, the, the direction of the channel. You can have both, and it's just signal you the intermediate or short-term or long-term trend of a stock. Okay, um, but it's a great tool to use. So looking at Palantir here, can you see a pattern? Can you see a channel? Maybe. Okay, so let's see, like right here. We see this, an upward channel have lower high, no, how should I say this? An upward channel have higher low, higher high. See the low here? Low, higher low. So this low is higher than this low, and as it go on forward, it's higher. So higher low, higher high. Okay, so that's one way to try to identify a channel. And on the opposite end, on downward channel, you have lower low, lower high. Okay, so for example, this could be something of a lower channel because you see it peak here and then it peak here, but then you have this higher here, so it negate that, right? Plus, I don't see any kind of pattern here, but for now, let's focus on this. Let's focus on what we have here, and I can zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in. Let's see if my computer will let me. Sometimes it's okay. I just did that. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. Let's draw this from here. Let me see, yeah. And then I can line it up like this. All right. Okay, let's back out again. Let's zoom out. Take a look at that. One of the things that you will hear me say often in many of my streamings videos is the term, it is not a coincidence. A lot of time when you see a stock go to certain places and reverse, you will hear me say that that spot is not a coincidence. And here is an example that I could be right. Okay, this for now look very interesting as far as support, and look where it is right now, right there, right? So if it reverses and go back up, then it was not a coincidence that it got down to that support line. But let's see if there is a channel. Okay, let's see if there is a channel. Remember, a channel, ideally you want 2 or 3 touching points on both sides of the channel. That's when it becomes a good channel, right? So you don't just want to see 2, as you can see here. Okay, this channel here, the horizontal one that we have, 1, 2, 3, right? On the top, certainly you can call it 1 here and multiple time here, right? Here. So there's a lot. So the more touching points you see on both sides of the channel, the better, right? So for now, the one thing about Thinkorswim that I like about channel is, and I'm sure many other software have the same thing, is the ability to duplicate, to draw a parallel line. So I'm duplicating a drawing and then I drag it up. Look at that. I like that. Okay, so you can see, so if you watch my video, if I was being studious, I tend to change the color of a channel to something different to signify it. So I want to change this to purple color, because by now, as you can see, the chart is getting busy. Okay, so it's getting hard to see. So by making things in different color, it definitely help the eyes, help my eyes for sure. Okay, so there. Look at this. Okay, it's, see, when I initial the drawing, I was just focusing on this point and this point, correct? And by coincidence, it lined up perfectly here, and by coincidence, it lining up right here. It's not a coincidence, okay? I did it without seeing it, but after I put it on, as you can see, nothing is an accident. It's amazing sometimes when you put together a chart. Okay, whenever you walk into a fresh chart and start to line things up and draw trend lines and supports and parallel and channels, you'll be surprised at how technical analysis peering backwards show you so many very interesting things to see. Okay, so I like that. See, this could have been a resistant line, but breakout, check back, support, support. So yeah, now that we see this, I'm even more confident that this is a strong area of support in this area down to the two. I'm liking it. Okay, I like this trade even more now that I see what the chart's looking like. But for our sake and curiosity, this is a 1 year chart. How would this look peering back 3 years? Okay, let's peer back 3 years. So let's do, this is a daily chart. So let's go 3 years. Ah, look at this. Look at this. Okay, first off, the top a parallel line, which we call a resistant. Look at how it lined up going back 3 years. It's not random. Look at that. It was here. It tested. It failed. And it was down here for almost a year and a half before it came back and failed. And came back and failed again. And here is what I have been talking about on my channel for a long time. When you have a key support, multi-year key support breaking down, you have a lot of sellers that have remorse from holding on for losers for so many years. At a certain point, the psychology comes in, and this is how technical analysis show you how the psychology of the traders and investor work. Imagine if you buy and hold Palantir here, and you're stubborn, because everybody from Cathy Woods and who knows all the internet guru tell you it's a great stock to own, and the market is wrong. Imagine you suffer giving up from 18 down to the single digit for a year plus, year, 15 months, 16 months. How many of those people, when they see 16, 17, 18 again, is so happy to get a chance to exit after a year and a half of pain? Okay, sure, there are some stubborn people that say, oh, it's over, okay, it's over, the pain is done, artificial intelligence is here, Palantir is the leader. Okay, I'm squeezing in some fundamental story behind Palantir for those that are not familiar with Palantir. The artificial intelligence, yeah, blah blah blah. And guess what? How many of those people you think was not too happy when it also rolled over again? So they missed the first chance. And the second chance of selling at 18 above, how many of those people you think said, fool me once, fool me twice, So yeah, that's the psychology of TA. That's how TA show you why the stock behave the way it behave, okay? That's why it's kind of weird. As long as I have trade using technical analysis, I wish there was a better terminology to use it, because at the end of the day, it's a measurement of psychology of people going backward, you know. I don't have a good name for it either, but at least hopefully over the past 3 videos of this series, I illustrate to you what TA mean for me. Okay, all right. So as you can see, not random. Same thing with this channel here. The channel high, not random. See, it came down. It tried to hold. It tried. It break down, and then it stayed down, and then it got to the channel high again. Profit taking. Channel low, support. Channel high, sell off, and now at channel low. So yeah, this is how beautiful TA works. Okay, can't say enough about how TA can show you how wonderful it can be if you know how to read, how to draw the charts, how to interpret the way the market behave with a certain stock. So that's today's lesson as far as identify channel, right? So it's always good to be able to figure out if there is a channel, trade the channel by buy the channel low, sell the channel high, right? When I say buy, sell, it's not mean black and white. It can be, add to a position, add more. It can be trim to a position because sometimes it can break out of the channel. Okay, that's the key. Not the channel will not last forever. An upward channel will not last forever, just as a downward channel will not last forever. The key is identify when there is a break in the channel to see a change in the story. So before I leave, let's take a look at a few chart that I use a lot and take a look at the channel that we see in them. I'm trying to remember on top of my head what stock have a good channel to talk about. Is Nvidia? Doesn't look like it. I'm just gonna cycle through a couple of things to see if we have. How about ELV? Yeah, this could be a good one. Let's go back 3 years chart. Perfect. Look at ELV, Elevance. I trade Elevance for many years, so I figured I would have a good chart that show the channels. You see this, the purple channel. You get an upward channel. Okay, remember upward channels have higher low, higher high. So as you go through from left to right, you see higher low, higher high. Okay, because the chart show you the channel, right? So support, resistant, support, didn't quite get there, got there, resistant, resistant, support, support, fail, get back in. Okay, that's a channel break right there. It's always important to monitor a channel break because often when a channel break happens, it is a reversal of long-term sentiment. Repeat that, reversal of long-term sentiment. By long-term, I mean at least 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, okay? It's not 2 weeks, but a few months. So it could be a reversal of a long trend. So this time here, it's just barely a couple of weeks. You get back in the channel, and then it tests the channel again. Once again, it failed. The more something is tested, the more a support is tested, the more likely it will fail. The more a resistance is tested, the more likely it also will fail. So you have test, test, fail, 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 and guess what? Downward channel we go. It fell out of the upward channel, a long time channel, into a downward channel, and this lasts for 6 months. Okay, so let's go back to the 1 year chart. As you can see, it hit the top of the channel, it hit the top of the channel, it retraced, and then it hit the top of the channel and tried to break out. Remember, as I said, the more time it tests an upper range or lower range of something, the more likely it will break it. So you have literally 3 months of riding the channel high here. Even though it's a downtrend channel, it rides the channel high and eventually break out, okay, into a new potentially bull channel. So for now, if I want to, I can draw it. Okay, I can draw it. I would draw this before I go. For now, I'm just going to draw the uptrend. Hopefully today's lesson was not too confusing. Okay, so look at that. So draw that. But now I just want to leave it that way. No need to do any more. If and when a channel is it show itself, if and when it reveal itself, then we call it purple. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for watching.